Good evening to all and welcome to this webinar on holistic progress card for foundational stage. And without much ado, I will start sharing my screen. And please let me know on the chat if my screen is visible. And also if the meeting gets hopped off in between. So it will be like, the next meeting will be after 10 minutes because this is not a paid Zoom that I have. So requesting you to join back. And if you have any questions, we can take it up in the second session. Thank you. So here we have Parak. We've been talking about Parak is part of National Education Policy, which is performance assessment and review analysis of knowledge for holistic development. It is a national assessment center. Now, Parak has come into foundational stage also. So they are starting with this. And what they said in that session, which I had attended, along with other teachers, was that this would be somewhat similar for preparatory stage also, the structure that we're going to be familiar with today. And the middle and the next stage, that is the secondary stage, will be quite different with a little more elaborations. But today we are focusing only on the foundational stage. So holistic progress card, throughout the webinar, I will be referring to it as HPC. It encourages schools to embrace different approaches to teaching and learning. So it is a holistic progress card, which we had been talking about when NEP came up. And we, as teachers, educators, principals, we were all talking about the 360-degree approach of developing a progress card. And that is what it is focusing on. It is a holistic development of the child, which is focusing on. And the guidelines are coming from NCFFS, that is National Curriculum Framework for Foundational Stage, which again is connected with NEP 2020. And the focus of NEP 2020 is Nipun Bharat. Nipun is excellence. In Nipun in Hindi, translation is excellence. So excellence of foundational stage to cover up the learning gap, especially Nipun is focusing on the foundational stage, and the full form of Nipun is National Initiative in Proficiency in Reading with Understanding and Numeracy. So there are various opportunities for improved learning and teaching by HPC. The first one focuses on curricular goals and competencies rather than just knowledge. Number two, it provides opportunities to assess competencies in an integrated way. So curricular goals and competencies are mentioned in detail in the NCF document for the foundational stage. We'll come to that in the later part of the webinar. The third step, how HPC is giving opportunity, is it reflects the important role of learners, peers, parents, and educators, bringing all the stakeholders together in one platform. So it provides opportunities through activities to evaluate student progress in all domains mentioned in the NCF. It provides a holistic reporting based on 3 performance levels and 3 abilities supported by visuals. Now, this is something, the point number 5, this is something new that they have added, which is the part B of the holistic progress card, the abilities and the performances. We'll discuss this in detail. And HPC monitors student progression by reporting at 2 different times of the year. So it's not like throughout. Throughout can be as a part of the teacher's assessment, but HPC is focusing only, you have to fill it twice a year. So now these are certain types of pedagogies and integrations that are mentioned in the HPC document. It's about 60-page document. And as the pictures suggest, it is the community involvement of children in different activities beyond classrooms and real world application, and how it brings in social responsibility, cultural awareness, if they are involved in the community. Then this is anybody's guess what's happening over here, which type of learning is happening. So you can always interact through the chat. It would be really good. And I would love to read out your comments. But here it is. Art integrated learning. That is creative expression, multiple intelligence, creative thinking, all these it promotes. The social emotional development, inclusion, equity, and well-being. Then these are the resources available. Maybe some fruits are common to some geographical areas or locations, and other children might not know. So how do we use those resources or the occupations that are common to that uh, area, the vegetation, the flora, the fauna? There's so many other things, the resources that are immediately available, uh, or the culture, the art and craft that is practiced over there, the music, the immediate resources in the classroom. Maybe it's just a song that you know, or the rhyme, or a drama, or a theater. So it's utilizing those resources, which is another type of pedagogy for the children. And this enhances the local languages and literature, environmental studies, culture, and all these um, things that come along with education. And this again is, again, you can guess very rightly. And yes, someone is saying hand-eye coordination. Hand-eye coordination is like it's across, it's embedded across, because if it is integrated study, then it comes along with those integrations. So that is sports integration, physical development, teamwork. It fosters discipline, resilience, health, well-being, character development, inclusivity, and equity. And this is something hands-on. Again, we are familiar with it. Children out in the field or out in a lab, or taking the objects in their hand. So what is it about? It is the experiential learning and how it benefits the children. It's hands-on, active engagement, practical skills. Now, all this is mentioned in the HPC document. And the next one is, again, which pedagogy is this? As you can see very clearly. Yes, Jaya, thank you. Physical education, Chitra Jay is saying, experiential learning. And now comes toy. Thank you, Jaya. This is toy pedagogy, rightly said. As you see, a lot of toys, puzzles, games being used. And there it goes. Toy-based pedagogy, playful and experiential learning multidimensional skill development, individual and differential assessment. So all these are the benefits of toy-based pedagogy. Now we come to HPC, Holistic Progress Card, how to fill it. This is the most important part. Now, here, what is HPC? HPC is a comprehensive descriptive system for reporting students' progress in relation to domains, curricular goals, and competencies mentioned in the NCF. So, assessing the students across three abilities. So, the Parak NCRT version for foundational stage has three parts. So, what are the three parts of the progress card? Now, please, here we have, you can take a screenshot of this, part A, part B, and part C. So these are the three parts of the report card, and part A is simple because it is the name of the child, the age, all the details that we have been filling over the years. So that's part A. And part A itself has two parts, A1 and A2. We'll be discussing that. Part B is the most crucial part over here because here are the changes that have been introduced, the new things that have been inculcated, and we need to understand part B in more detail to understand the HPC of introduced by Parak and NCRT. So this is part B has four parts, that is B1, B2, B3, and B4. Now B1 has itself, it has three parts. I don't want to overwhelm you, but once you understand, it becomes very simple. So it's like, B1 is associated with domain and curricular goal and competencies and the activity that you do in the class. So the content basically, and then how the teacher's feedback comes in, the peer and the self-assessment comes in, and the parent is also involved. That's about it. And part C has only one part, and that is about the domains, the different domains, and what are the teacher's remarks and comments, and how you can summarize it or the entire term. So it is not just a flowery way of saying it, but it is also addressing the concerns and the challenges. These remarks are based on your detailed observation of the child in different activities that you conducted for different domains. So that gives a comprehensive view of the performance of the child depending on the abilities. So this is part A, part B, and part C. Now let's move forward. Now part A, this is directly taken from, I've taken a screenshot from the document. Now name and address of the school, UDICE code, it's I think a unified or unique district information school education code, which will be given by the school. Teacher code, again given by the school. Then student name, roll number, class, all this we can fill. We have been filling the attendance details, and the attendance details is like this, month-wise, and then the interest of the child. The part 2 of part A, that is, it is an interactive way of filling it. So the teacher can ask the child to fill it up, and they fill it up together. This is, they can draw or stick a picture of themselves, and you can do it likewise. My favorite color and all that is it's filled by the child basically. Now we come to part B. Part B consists of progress summary divided into four major components. The activity component consists of three parts: domain, activity, assessment, rubric for each domain. The corresponding curricular goals are provided within the domain part. Competencies, the teacher will be required to enter the competencies being evidenced through the activity described. Now, one thing is there that the curricular goals and the competencies are mentioned in detail in the NCF document. So it's not that the teachers have to think about the curricular goals or the competencies. Curricular goal is like, the child develops effective communication and can interact in a day-to-day way. So that is a generalized goal for the entire foundational year, like, the foundational years, that is 3 to 8 years. So that goal is across. It's not that like for 1 month or 1 year. It is for the foundational stage. Competencies is for the foundational stage. And then the teacher decides the learning outcomes and according to her syllabus or subjects are not a part of the curricular goals and competencies in the foundational stage. So this is the format of part B. Part B, domain will be given, physical development, curricular goals is given. You can make slight changes, but the template is like that. And the domains and the curricular goals for foundational stage is around 13 goals are mentioned in NCF, and competencies, there are around 67 competencies mentioned in the NCF. Now we come to the abilities, definition of abilities, awareness, sensitivity, and creativity in the progress card. Now, what is awareness? Awareness in different domains. If you take the physical domain, the cultural aesthetic domain, language domain. So here we are testing the knowledge of how much the child knows, what is the understanding, how much attention is being paid by the child, or then we come to the sensitivity in all the domains, the 6 domains. There is a 6th domain also, which is mentioned over here. I'll come to that later. And here it is managing and expressing emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. So sensitivity is related to how the child's emotions are being managed. So the emotional intelligence and also the empathy and how the child behaves with others and how helpful the child is in different domains, not just one domain, not just in the playground, not just in the classroom, but during different activities that you do. And then creativity also is related to all the domains. So these 3 abilities are related to the domains. So, and this is a lens, okay? So these 3 lenses you have to keep with you handy: the awareness lens, the sensitivity lens, and creativity lens. So that will give you a fair idea of what the child is according to the abilities, where the child is. Now, abilities, performance level descriptors. Now, they also, now how to describe like where the child is. Can we grade them? Can we mark them? No, we cannot give them marks. We cannot give them grades. So they have come up, Parak has come up with this idea of stream, mountain, sky. Stream is basic level, and mountain is the proficient level, and sky is the advanced level. So how they have explained in detail in the document that a child with limited knowledge and applies simple learn procedures is at the stream level. A child who asks general questions or logical organizations or solve problems and is really understanding 4 to 5 steps at a time, that child is at a mountain level. And then is the sky level, which is super advanced, like you give the activity and it's done, and they'll come up with new and they'll help others, and the sky level. So in sensitivity, so in ability also you have these 3 levels. In sensitivity also you have stream, mountain, sky. And what was the third one? The third one was creativity. Creativity also has the 3 levels, that is stream, mountain, sky. So this is the assessment rubric, which is again a part of the B section of the report card. So A section was filling up the names, the child also filling up and drawing and all that. And B section is the domain, curricular goal, competency, activity, and assessment rubric. Now, assessment rubric is again awareness, sensitivity, creativity in all areas, and the measuring way is stream, mountain, sky. Now, how do we do that? We'll come to that. Now, the second part of the B part of the holistic progress card is teachers' feedback component. Now, they have given a visual way of identifying the stream, mountain, sky level of the child. The teacher will mark the student's ability level on the performance levels, illustration, and write their specific observations. So observations are written over here. And if it is stream, mountain, sky, what is the domain? And the teacher can just write about whether it is on creativity. So creativity is C. So suppose I find the child has not taken any interest in creating or participating in the art activity. So what will I do? I will write C here. I will just write C. C is for creativity. It's not a grade. C is for creativity, and I am giving the stream level. So I'll come to this in the next slide. Now, self and peer assessment component. So that is also another, the third part of the B section in the report card, where the children assess themselves. So in NCF, when there is an entire section on assessment of learning, which is our summative, which we check papers and give them grades or marks. So that is assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning. So this is part of self-assessment as learning that they are doing. The peer assessment part, the peer also, they get into this. My friend liked doing this work. So they'll circle yes, no, or do not know, like that. So that is the peer assessment. This is a, now we come to the fourth section of the B part, which is parent, caregiver, guardian's observation and components. So parents are also included in the report card. So they can either comment, or they have the option of circling the relevant response. Suppose there is an activity and what resources were there at home, they can circle it. Now, it's not that the parent is coming to school and circling it. It's done during a parent-teacher meeting. Okay, you can just give it to them and or ask them, and they can just circle it likewise or write it. Then the part C is, it lists the key performance descriptors. Now, this is the part C of the report card, the progress card. And here it is, the domains are mentioned: physical, then socio-emotional, then you have cognitive, language, and aesthetic. And this is the last one is positive learning habits. So this is also mentioned in the NCF. And here we have the ability, awareness, sensitivity, and creativity. Now, awareness. So how will I assess the child on awareness over here? Here, I will see, okay, how is the child in language? How is the child, overall awareness of the child? When I did this activity, what was the response of the child? How did the child react during the playground activity? So overall awareness, okay, I feel pretty good. So he did this and he asked questions, or I have noted down something. So I write awareness A in mountain. So I give him mountain level. Or sensitivity. I find a child really very helpful and in taking interest and sensitivity in all areas, in almost like, 3-4 domains. So then if it's happening, then I will write S in the sky level. So the child, according to me, the child is brilliant in all these things. I give S. And creativity, if the child is not taking interest and not, so then I'll write C in stream. Likewise, I will go on with the assessment. Now, monitoring students' progress. This is the rubric: awareness, sensitivity, creativity, and stream, mountain, sky. So this is the new kind of vocabulary that we need to familiarize ourselves with. And now we go on to the example, which is given again in the document. It's once you go through the document, you will understand. See, the template is already there. So language and literacy development, curricular goals are there. And it is not specific to a class. It is not like the Balvatika or Anganwadi or grade 1 or grade 2. Curricular goal is for the entire foundational stage. Competency is for the foundation stage, what is mentioned over here. And then the activity is where the teacher can actually plan more with learning outcomes, pedagogy, content, and can go about it. Now the assessment rubric, this is also ready-made available. The template is there in the document. And you just, if you have something in mind for the child, you have to circle awareness. Now you feel that the child is sky level, so you just circle this. Sensitivity, the child is mountain level, so you circle this. Creativity, you feel the child is stream level, so that's how you circle it. Now, what I had been mentioning before, now see this over here. The student is able to describe it well now in his, her mother tongue, but is not able to do so in L2. So not able to do so. So creativity, the stream level is given, and describing well is awareness. So maybe the child's communication skills are really good. So the teacher has given a sky level at for ability, and for this what is it? The next sensitivity is mountain level. That's graded over here. Now circle the picture that shows how your friend worked on this activity and how you worked and the parent. So this was section B. And now I did this with my children at my center, and I'll just share because I had these three pointers in my mind: the abilities, awareness, sensitivity, and creativity. And we did this activity with the domain. And okay, so the domain was aesthetic and cultural development, and the curricular goals, again, I have taken it from there only, what was available, and just typed it. Competencies also was given there. So collaboratively, and so the pointers are there for you. And the activity that I did was block printing. So that was a pedagogy that I used, art integrated, and child was able to work and coordinate well in a group. And this is what I saw while assessing one child. That is, ability was this awareness was stream level, creativity was mountain level, and sensitivity was sky level. Why? And this has to actually match what your observation is and what your how you have graded, or you have mentioned the performance level of the child. So that has to uh, align with each other. And then the self assessment, they were really excited. And I had made these ice cream spoon stick smileys, and quickly I did the other ones also. And they assessed each other, they assessed themselves. It was great. The thing was that uh, we had a conversation around this assessment, and they were pretty honest. I was surprised how, with honesty, they just picked the correct smiley according to them, which they felt. And they some were really surprised that they did not like their own work. They had given I don't like my work. So they picked up that emotion, while others liked their work. So it was a huge socio-emotional aspect that was covered over here. Whereas in adults also we see that 99% is still not happy because that person lost 1 mark, but a 95% will be happy. So it's how we look at it, and this kind of assessment will train the children in different perspectives of how to look at own performance and others' performance. So we just need to give them that agency and space to do that, and the parents also we can include. Okay. So now the rubric again, awareness, depending on that, awareness and displayed patience, collaboration. So then I gave sky level here, and creativity, this is the mountain level, and awareness is the stream level. So just to make it a graphical one, so I've just circled it, and immediately I look at the circles, I know what is the awareness level, what is the sensitivity level, and what is the creativity level. And the part C is again the domain, and I write my summary of the event. And this was another activity that I did, which was on language. And again, they were very empathetic towards each other. One person had to leave early, so they did not, they said that, okay, total marks for this person will be 7, not 10. So that person gets out of 7. So that way they were assessing each other, comparing and enjoying, basically. And the resources were just local resources. I didn't buy anything. Whatever was available with me, I used. That's it. So again, stream level in over here in the language part. So we need to work on that. Okay, and that's about it. Thank you. I was just wanting to finish it in one Zoom session so that everyone is here and we don't have to wait for 10 minutes. So I'm sorry if I went fast, but thank you for participating. So if you have, thank you. If you have any questions, yeah, if you have any questions, you can always go to NCRT, the link, and
Thank you, madam.
thank you, sir. Get all the information also. Thank you so much. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nina ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nina. You submitted it well.
Thank you, Jaya. Coming from you.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
we attended the session together,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
quite clear.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you were very clear. Everything was clear. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you.